Hey everyone, today I wanted to put together an arrangement, so I figured I would make a video doing that. I've already pulled out a lot of the plants that I wanted to include in the arrangement, but I figured I would just walk you through it step by step in case you are thinking about making an arrangement with different plants that you like, but don't quite know how to do it or don't know where to start. So really I've just chosen a number of ones that I think are pretty, some that are similar colors, but complementary a little bit. So I pulled out some ones that are green with pinks around the edge, and then a few of my ones with more pink. So that's kind of where I'm going today, maybe greens and pinks. You do want to obviously start with a pot with good drainage, so drainage hole at the bottom, and a cactus soil or a well-draining mix. This one's actually a black gold cactus mix. I like that. It contains enough inorganic material that I think it works out really well. Generally with my arrangements, I like to have the tallest plants in the back and kind of work my way down to the flatter plants in the front. Sometimes ones that are hanging over the edge a little bit, but in this case, we'll just do tall down to soil level. Elephant bush is really a staple in my arrangements. I love it. And I treat it basically like baby's breath in a bouquet. So those generally go in first. So I'm gonna put these ones in the back. I have a couple, notice that they're cuttings. Also, so any, really I use a mixture of, cuttings and rooted plants. If you are using cuttings in them, though, you do want to remember to make sure that they have calloused over, and if they haven't calloused over yet, then you're not going to want to water it for a while. Not that we really need to water succulent arrangements that often anyway, but that does bring me to the next point. We want to be using plants in arrangements that are on similar watering schedules. So really most succulents are on kind of similar ones anyway. I love Haworthia though, but I always keep them out of arrangements because they do need to be watered a little bit more. Also paying attention to dormancy of the plants. Probably also want to put ones in an arrangement that are on a similar dormancy schedule, so you don't want some that are summer dormant with ones that are winter dormant, unless you only plan on having it in the arrangement for a short period of time. I make and remake arrangements pretty frequently, so probably doesn't matter quite as much for me, but that's something to pay attention to in addition to the watering schedule. Okay, so maybe we'll break these ones apart. So these are crassless springtime ones. They form pagodas. I just really like how they look, so I figured they would look really good kind of along, maybe I'll do like two here and two here along the back also near my elephant bush. Yeah, I really like these. In addition to the paying attention to the watering schedule and the dormancy, sunlight also is something you want to take into consideration. So putting things that are similar in terms of how much sun they need. You don't want anything that needs to be in the shade with things that need to be in full sun. Otherwise, what you're going to end up with is some of the plants that are really stretched out where the other ones look really good. All right, so once I've got the tall ones in, then I generally want to work with the biggest ones next, or really the ones that I like the best and I definitely want. There's some thunder. Definitely want in the arrangement. I do like this one. It is a pretty big one. Oh, should I put it in the middle? Maybe I'll put it in the middle. Okay, you know what? This one's gonna go in the middle for now. And don't be too nervous about, putting something in and then being like, no, that doesn't work there. I do that all the time also. Or realizing if this one might be too big for the arrangement. We'll see as we get a little bit more into it, but you can always pull them out, right? So, on to this next one. This is an Echeveria Starlight. which is a hybrid, and I just really liked how it looked. This one I might keep them all together or separate them depending on how, or what the roots look like, I should say. So let's get this, getting the soil out from around it, so it can be as close to just roots as possible. We especially want to do this for plants that we buy from big box stores. I think I got these ones from Lowe's, but a lot of times they put different things in the soil that really aren't good for the plants and lead them to rot. So we want to get them in better soil. And so I'm noticing a bunch of dead leaves on the bottom as I'm getting through this one, so I'm just gonna take them out as much as I can. There we go. Making a big mess here, but that's okay. And I like this one in particular because it had a lot of little babies coming out of the side. So if I did feel like it was looking a little bit too big or there were too many of them, I can always trim some off and put them in another arrangement. Also, although I really like how they look together, I think I'm going to keep up together. Oh, they can almost fill this whole side here, you know. That might be what we have to do. All right, so that's what we're going to look at. I'm probably going to get far less in here than I originally wanted because I just really like these big ones today. Okay, so we got that. Maybe I'll prop this one up a little bit higher in the soil, so that way I can fit a few others underneath. Okay, so we might not even get to my beautiful little Malakina here. You know what? I'm wondering if we should do this here. This in the front here, this here. These here. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. This one down. This one also has a few babies popping off the side, so it's not going to be its forever home, but it will be its for now home. I'm just gonna place that one a little higher up too. The next few, probably on the front, just try to jump out. It does have a little bit of a longer stem, which is perfect because I don't have to go up a few of the bottom leaves here. In there. That one. I may also want to grab another one of these because I think this is going to look really pretty right in the front. Just get that out like, oh, I may have just snapped the end of that. That's okay. There's a little hole for it. I could also be using my tweezers to push this down in there so I don't snap the stem like I did with the last one. Put any further in. There's my son in there. This is another really cute one I wanted to put in, but there's space in the back, so I think maybe I'll kind of just pull it in the back there. And these ones are pretty small. I might not be able to see them, so I don't know if I want to include them if you can't see them. Do we want to include another? Maybe we could include one more tall one back here. Let's see, these Opalina, although their leaves might hang over a bit too much. Try out some Kalanchoe. Oops, oh my god. Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna go. Or we could do one here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. One on this side, and then one on the other side. I'm just gonna sew that in there. A little larger one. The little scallop shapes, which are really pretty behind these. Oh, popping some leaves off. Always save these. They're safe for propagation. Give it a little more soil. I don't generally put pebbles in my arrangements because I've ended up with rotten plants that way. So I try to stay away from that. I do usually use Jack's Gritty Mix on top. So I think I might do that with this one also. Not that you can really see. It's pretty cool. Not that you can really see the soil anyway. Okay, so I'm thinking, even though I had plans to put a bunch more in, I'm thinking that this looks good. So this is what we're gonna go with for our arrangement for today.
Subscribe to learn more.